Progress at last on Joelinton's new contract. And what next for Yankuba Minteh? Welcome back to NFTV. Welcome back, team, to Newcastle Fans TV. Yes, good win at the weekend over Wolves, back on track, much better performance. How good did Joe Willock look, and how much more balanced our midfield looked over the weekend too, with Willock on the left-hand side of that midfield, Bruno in the centre, Longstaff on the right. So much more balanced, so much better. Hopefully a sign of things to come between now and the end of the season. But a couple of pieces of news that have caught my eye over the past few days. First up, the main headline. The Telegraph have reported that Newcastle are edging closer to agreeing a new deal for Joelinton. Big Joe's 27 now, so he's looking at this as his kind of last big contract when you think about it, because it's going to be a 4 or 5 year deal, hopefully. Progress is being made. Amanda Staveley is in charge of the negotiations with Mehrdad and Darren Eales, with the departure of, well, not the departure, with Dan Ashworth busy planting his vegetables ready for the spring and the summer in his greenhouse. We're missing him. We have missed him, Joelinton, since obviously crushing that he's out for the rest of the season. Big miss. He's a monster. Who would have thought? I mean, in a parallel universe somewhere where he's still a flailing, pathetic excuse for a striker, we'd be counting down the days for his contract to expire, but that is not the case anymore. He is an absolute beast in our midfield, a bedrock in the engine room, and we want him to stay, don't we? So Bruno started a little Twitch account, and he was streaming whilst gaming last night, and he's hopeful of Joelinton signing a contract extension as well. It should bring him in line with the club's top earners, nudging the 100k a week mark, which, you know, again, in a parallel universe somewhere, is a figure he could only dream of. But that's not the case anymore. He deserves it. He deserves it. You never know what you've got until it's not there. And, you know, we have been missing him. Yes, as I said, Willock, it's great that he's back, because we needed a Joe on the left-hand side of the three. And, Joe Willock and Joelinton are proving just indispensable, really, in our midfield. It gives us so much more balance and a lot more width in that midfield three. You saw that at Wolves. Willock coming to the touchline, and you know, Miley obviously did fantastic. I think were it Longstaff that suffered this injury, not Willock, then you probably wouldn't have seen such a downward effect in our midfield, because it's just a balancing act. Miley and Longstaff won't give you that width on the left hand side of the three, whereas Willock does. He can pull out wide, he can run down the line, then cut back inside, interlink with Gordon, whereas Miley and Longstaff, good players, and I don't like to see Sean Longstaff being made a scapegoat once again, because it's not a criticism of Longstaff, it's not a criticism of Miley. They've just been playing out of position when they're on the left-hand side of that three. So it all ties in with Joe Willock returning and Joelinton hopefully now signing a new contract at Newcastle United. Hopefully we'll get news and confirmation of that in the upcoming weeks. Second of all, Yankuba Minteh is in a rich vein of form in Feyenoord. Absolutely flying, 2 goals in 2 games now, an impressive, stringing together an impressive few performances for the Rotterdam side. What are we going to do with him next season? Well, Mark Douglas is reporting that we're probably going to end up sending him out on loan again next season. What level that's at, you'd want to step him up, you would have thought. But when you think about it, Feyenoord were in the Champions League. They're playing a decent enough standard. I'm guessing you want to send him to a more kind of established major league in Europe, you would think. So whether that's in Spain, Italy, France, whatever, could you even tie that in with maybe a lower ebb Premier League side? Maybe a Leeds or something if they come back up next season. Who knows? But you want to see it stepped up. And I think you will. But really encouraging signs, because obviously, as we all know, Newcastle really struggle to get good loan deals for their young players. a lot have flailed in the past, not least Matty Longstaff, who, congratulations to him on his move to Toronto. I hope he gets the game time. I hope he gets his career back on track. I hope he can stay fit, and I hope we see him back in England playing for a good team in the future. But it's a good stepping stone move for him going to Canada. It'll be a good experience for him as well. Another thing, we're counting down to... we're really counting down now to Adidas. Andrew Musgrove, someone who I podcast with for the Chronicle, and a good friend of ours, wrote a good article in the Chronicle actually the other day, citing the launch and the kind of what's going to happen with the club shop and the surrounding area when this launch eventually does happen. Castore, obviously, you know, if you're a member of Newcastle or like sign up for an online account or whatever, you know as well as I do, you will be peppered and hounded by marketing emails from Castore that everything must go. The whole thing's a fire sale. You can get the kits now for like £21. I'm wearing the magnificent hoodie which I think was about 90 quid when it first came out. I picked this up for 20 quid. You know, everything must go, but they're going to completely redevelop the club shop Adidas because it needs it. It used to be a fantastic little club shop. Obviously, there was one in the city centre, Metro Centre as well. But yeah, whilst that's happening, they're going to set up shop, a little temporary shop over the road on that kind of disused car park bit, which will be kind of interlinking with the cellar fan zone. So that's going to be a temporary move, but hopefully the new renovations, once that gets underway, hopefully that'll be finished by the time Adidas really launch in July, I think. So yeah, that's got us all excited. Can't wait to see what they've come up with. Really reliving the glory days. Can't wait to see what kits there, and also the training gear as well. Can't wait for that for the Adidas launch. Finally, as you would have seen on our social media outlets, March 29th, we're playing a charity game against Loaded Mag, and for the first time ever, I'm going to be playing in it as well. I've not played football since I retired at the age of 16. I'm now 34 and I'm a fat man, and I'm going to be playing in this charity game as well. Links are in the description if you can donate. All the proceeds are going to the Alan Shearer Foundation. Fantastic charity, does a lot of amazing work. I'll put the link in the description as well to the Alan Shearer Foundation to really give you a flavour and insight of the fantastic work they do. But yeah, we're going to be taking on Loaded Mag. They won the game last year, but they're roping in the big guns now. I've had to buy new kit, which I have done here. I've bought some new shin pads, some very fetching Adidas ones. Luminous pink, nice. Knee brace for my bum knee, yeah, and some very fetching boots as well. Just need a oxygen tank, I think, for my lack of fitness. So wish me luck. Wish Newcastle Fans TV luck as well. And as I say, please donate if you can. As I say, all the proceeds going to the Alan Shearer Foundation. But there's a little quick news roundup for you on Newcastle Fans TV. We're not in action again now, of course, until Monday night, where we travel down to Chelsea. We, of course, will be there for all the usual post-match content. But, yeah, we've got a few days to go till then. So that was a quick little news update for you. Hope you're all well. Smash the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned to Newcastle Fans TV.